too bad, but the same thing I've been saying to pilots for 20 years. Less brakes. Using way too much brakes to control the wing. Now once you'd landed on the far side of the road, tiptoe backwards without turning round, because it keeps the glider slightly slower trimmed, so don't turn round, and just let the glider take you up. If you're dropping on the brakes, the second you get it dropping off the brakes and walk, and it would have dropped the far side of the road and in better air. Yeah, well that's because you dropped it. Above there was plenty of wind, but at ground level it's going to be dead. Checks, slow, slow, slow. Rebounce to get the centre. Recheck. And up. And rolling at level. Oh, that's nice. I was wondering if it's still recording how long this battery's going to last for. No, it's a nice cheap one that a friend of Bleak's student gave me. About 50 quid, 60 quid sort of thing. It's really good. Yep. Yeah, pissed off. If you lose a 50, 60 quid one, it's, well... Yep. When you get summer or autumn thermals, you can get nice flying on the back here with the sun heating up the valley. Yep. But generally we don't really use this sight that much in this wind direction. But it's handy when it's changed, nice and local. So from there just wing until it nods forward, still hanging back, there it's nodding forwards, launching. You can see how little brakes I use. Skiing. Second it's dropping, I want to get it up to, on any rise line, not in a hollow. Recheck, slow, slow, settling, and bounce. Slow down the trim by facing flight direction. So most of the time if I want to backtrack, I want to be walking backwards and facing the flight direction because the risers and lines aren't crossed, so the trim is slower. If if you do that, it's wanting to go that way. To slow it down, all I need to do is turn round, wait a second or two, tiny leaning against the riser a bit there. Spent hours tandem flying all the folks from the farms on the southeast side there years ago. Just spent the whole day, 8.5 hours tandeming. Goodwill, lots of goodwill. So it's hanging back, so normally I'd flick round. But I expected it to nod up because it was just a lull. Glider dropped, it was then pitched high. Danced with it. A lot of it was the going back rather than the going forwards. There again, let it go forwards, then slight dropping of the weight. There it's hanging back. So if I thought it was going to hang back too much, I'd flick. I'm happy it's just a short term with the change in the airflow. I want it to take me up into my right. See how much time I'm almost on my tiptoes. My heels are not on the ground, so I can flex. And the hands aren't really doing too much. And I'm not looking at the wing. Don't look at the wing, nobody's stolen it. No, that's why I say it. The favourite one was to one of the coppers. He used to tell them that, stop looking at the wing, nobody's stolen it. So now I'm waiting until I feel it nod forwards, bite into the airflow that's going up. There it's really hanging back, but then so I'm having to pull back a bit. It's trying to pull me off the hill. It's hanging back again. Brakes are off, nod. You go at that, but then I'd get a dive. See the dive? So you don't want to go off on that. You want to get the wing to fly you off the ground, fly you forwards. If you push and you have a poor takeoff slope, you'll have that sort of touch and go or mess up. Do it at a cliff and you can kill yourself. So when you've got these cycles, you're just waiting until you get a nice bit and you know you're going to be able to glide clear. Again, it's dropping back there, tip's going. Okay, flick round. Get ready to recover it. Edge the boots. Wait, surge. Roll it round. Off the brake. Recheck. Surge. Roll it round. Harness the control. Brakes come on once it's down. Recheck. Slow. Tips have popped. Check and bounce. Very soft at the moment. So you want to really be looking what's happening out in front. Have the clouds changed? What are the wind turbines telling us about a few miles in front? Half a mile in front. Any smoke drift? And then the brakes come back on. Checks. Slow. Tips popping. Slow. Check. Going under the wing. Adding ground speed to wind speed, but not pushing forwards. And if it's not enough, and then easing off. Wings hanging back, flick round, reacquire, recheck, pop. So you want to drop it then onto the ridge line rather than the hollow. And you can drop it all the way down behind the ridge, as long as you don't leave it there if you're bouncing it like a yo-yo. I've seen me standing on the top, drop it 6 foot vertically down the back of a hill, pop it up and then launch. But you can't leave it there. You can fly it in, fly it out. Checks. Slow peel. Walking. Checks. Tiny touch. Slow into centre. And settle. Slow. Checks. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Not pushing, not pushing. The toes ready. Launching. And step over the yellow snow. Which is clearly look aside. You can see how little time I spend glancing at the wing. Occasionally if I'm tip touching, something like that. How little I do with the brakes, and when I do, generally how, not this. Yeah, yeah. But that will not help, because you're not giving it time to have the control effect. If you're doing that, that does nothing. There. Leave it lift. And again, there's that little lip in front there. Oh yeah. The direction is much more, when you look at the turbines, it's going much more round northerly. I mean, it's not vast amounts, but we're talking about maybe 20-30 degree change over, what, 3/4 of an hour maybe. Zero brakes, and then the brakes come on. But because there's no tension on them, there's no snagging. I'm not pulling it on the ground. In and low to go, got the slack, wire, checks, slow peel, slow, wait, unbounce, backtracking. Wee bit brake just to assist the stall, reacquiring, rechecking, bounce. Reacquiring, rechecking. Let's get it clear of the wee bunker. Recheck, reacquire. Slow, bounce, floating it, so mainly the harness to control. Cover that, recovered. Keep the undercarriage ready. That's how my harness looks like that. Hold it in the stall, mush, and ease off the brakes. All this harness But it's not as if I'm having to move great distances. Bit of a cheat sometimes with a lean to warp the wing. And it's the off the brake rather than adding on brake. It's much more to do with letting that bit off. And, I mean, the change there was what, an inch? But that is a big change. And in there, I didn't move my hand as much as I could. I kept it the same. I cheated with the riser, the shoulder on the there. Mainly it was the letting off the other brake and then the roll, because I'd let it go too far. So there, just next step. Not really done anything with that hand. The hand's just stopping the wing going backwards or forwards. And the lower the rate of the wing, the more you do have to hold on a bit, but you don't want it dropping back and suddenly spinning. So there, let go, turning, and the kink in the middle, improved by that wee step as it comes up, damp and eased. Do less, achieve more.